Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Monday, June 23rd, 2014. I am Astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. On Friday is my July 2014 webinar. Going to talk about this portal which ends, Jupiter coming into Leo, Mars leaving Libra. We are finally about to make a big exit here, what we've been going through for the last 6 months. Woo! Check out the registration link at my website, inclusiveastrology.com, to join me for my live event on Friday. And July 1st is the last day to register for my Sedona event. Check out my website, leokingevents.com, and I'd hope to see you there. Now, we are going to talk about a lot today because there's so much starting to turn here. We went through a weekend where lots of shifts, right? We moved into the summer solstice or the winter solstice. You know, we've changed seasons. We're now in this Cancer energy, the crab, water, a cardinal sign, new beginnings, emotions, to really come into clarity here with rooting our life. Where are we going to find our nest? Whether that's physically, spiritually, emotionally. I mean, we're really looking for a place to kind of emotionally nest. Now, it's interesting, the moon's in Taurus today, which is still grounding us. And it's been really good with this sun in Cancer. There's been a lot of energy of really starting to feel the greatness in life, really starting to feel out, you know, what's worth it, what's not. And our curiosity is definitely in a very powerful position because now Venus is in Gemini. So Venus, the planet of relationships, the planet of projects, manifesting things, is now in Gemini, ready to get things turning. You know, Venus in Taurus definitely is a lot slower, but it does make a nice build-up into understanding which projects you want to manifest, what kind of relationships you want. It is when Venus moves into Gemini that really gets the green lights going, because it's just like, beep, beep, beep. It's like showing up on a freeway in all the lanes and blue, you know, everything's just wham, flirty, creative, all over the place. You know, and it really adds this element with Mercury retrograding right now in Gemini. There's a lot of us reviewing our curiosity. What energy do we want? Our questions all around. And with this energy in Cancer and this moon in Taurus, I think our curiosity steers us in directions that are physically able to attain, whether they're projects and things starting to manifest. This is big relationship energy because Mars in Libra is making its opposition to Uranus for the next 2 days. All while the moon's going to pass over Venus, all while Venus just came in Gemini. So you could start to see this powerful change here coming in the next 2 days here around relationships, around these projects, around things we're manifesting, and more importantly, exciting, radical, different, unpredictable energy coming in. Remember, Uranus is a wild card planet. You never know what you're going to get. It's always going to bring radical change. And with Mars in Libra, this masculine energy in a sign of Libra where there's so much to weigh out and there's all this thing and it's in the sign of relationships, you know, there's this energy of like, who knows where it's all going to go. This is also tension building up. Mars does represent sex. It does represent action. It does represent masculinity, identity. And there's this big kind of masculine energy force that's really pushing us behind the curtain of like, well, I want this. I want something in my life. It also highlights our ego. And now it's coming into where Uranus is on the ego. There's these new identifications we're having to find in ourselves. And we're having to look at this today as no matter what, no matter how much spiritual energy we have in our life, there's a sense in this three-dimensional world we need to start to push forward. We need to make some different changes here. We need to really identify with what we want. And there's this curiosity of all this Gemini energy adding to the base of this mud that's happening. That's, you know, the sun in Cancer and the moon in Taurus, to play and mold and to create some things right now. This is big shifts going to start to happen today, especially, I think, out of nowhere, just a big spark can come. Like, psst, what? This is in my life now. Bam, out of nowhere. You know, Mars opposing Uranus is microwave energy. You know, it's microwavable waves kind of around and you can feel it. Trust me. When you're in the energy force, there'll be moments that'll just feel like, what is that feeling in me? That's Mars and Uranus. It can really affect your nervous system. It can affect the feeling underneath your skin. I mean, you'll feel it. But it also can, out of nowhere, magically create this wild, electric new energy. And Venus coming into Gemini today just, woo! Just stimulates it all and creates this new kind of energy. And with Mercury retrograding, You know, the news is coming in weird ways, weird directions. Unpredictable stuff is all over the place now. So anything can happen today, even though we're grounded, which is kind of nice. So it's not like we're going to be off guard today when it comes. But I want to kind of present tomorrow because the moon comes into Gemini late tonight into early in the morning. So that's when it's all going to like really, I think, be a little like, woo, kind of all over the place. A big shock to the system, I think, tonight. And then leading into tomorrow. So I know I'm kind of giving tomorrow's horoscope, but I want you to see where things are shifting here as we start this day really in a place of grounded, this new energy, this new curiosity, ready to create things, maybe new news coming in. But it is tonight and in tomorrow that a whole new paradigm starts to shift and something special will just blast itself into your face. Wow, we got the Death card reversed here. It's time for us to allow this change to come in. And it was so interesting when I was thinking about this. Jupiter is starting to square the nodes in the chart. So our destinies are coming into this battle. And you know what? It's a battle of what's right, what's wrong, what we want, what maybe connections we have. This is dealing about relationships heavily. Finding the right relationships, finding these connections. But here's Jupiter squaring it all off. We need to expand our emotions now. We need to allow things to end as well. We can't be holding on to these feelings and securities that are going to maybe hold us from destiny. There's so much now in our lives that we need to open up to. And I think that what we were going to reveal here in the next couple days, if you're not willing to open up the door that the universe is trying to push you through, and it might be extreme, it might be different, it might be intense, it might be out of nowhere, it's going to test you. If you're not willing to open up those doors of new feelings and new comfort zones around that, your destiny might have a hard time getting on track here, as maybe your own ego is going to want to push it the only way it wants to go. That's Mars opposing Uranus. This can deal with anger and intensity and sexual frustration and all over the place. But the positive is it could be exciting sex. The positive is it could be channeled in a really new and exciting position, in a freedom position of really going for what you want and getting for what it is. It's all whether or not you're ready to open the doors that I feel Spirit is trying to microwave into your life right now. And especially around relationships, this is going to get very interesting here. With all this energy of Jupiter squaring the North Node in Libra, Venus coming into Gemini with a moon. So if you want to look tonight at like 4 in the morning, you'll see out there on the eastern horizon, you'll see that moon. You'll see Venus. It's quite beautiful actually. So look out for that stuff. Venus is the morning star right now with the moon. It's going to be a beautiful sight late tonight if you're going to stay up into the morning. And that's when I think we'll start to see kind of a push off into a whole new direction where who knows where this is going. Things are about to shift here in your life in the next 48 hours extremely. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, if you have any questions or if you want to have a one-on-one reading. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I will see you tomorrow.